time. But instead of reporting to his usual job, he packed his suitcase with the usual stuff. Then he added his journal and a bottle of permanent ink. Just before he closed the latch, he carefully placed his long white feather inside. Soon, Ordinary was walking away from the comfortable center of Familiar, where almost every nobody lived. He was heading toward the border, where almost no nobodies ever went. Ordinary had never dared to walk this way before, but like every nobody, he knew that the farther you walked from the center of Familiar, the less familiar things became.
Nope. It's too weird, too strange, too different. I'm going home. I'm going back to my usual job, back to Familiar. I'm going to go sit in my recliner for days and days and wait for nothing to happen.
I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to pursue my dream no matter what. Life has never seemed so promising. The scenery looks different. The leaves on the trees look leafy in a different way. And when I think about my dream, it seems different too. What if it's uncomfortable? I'll have to do unfamiliar things in unfamiliar places. And I won't have my box to watch. Oh, in fact, to do what I most love, I'll have to do what I most dread.
Ordinary's mood quickly went from edgy to anxious. His steps began to slow, and he began to have big doubts about his big dream.
Oh, what have I been thinking? I don't have enough talent or skill to succeed in my dream. I am clearly unable to accomplish great things. What if I fail right in front of the other nobodies? Even if I could do the dream, I'm unworthy. Any nobody can see I don't deserve to live my dream. I'm just ordinary, after all. Maybe the dream giver meant to give my dream to some other nobody more noble than me.
Up ahead, Ordinary saw a sign.
Leaving comfort zone of Familiar, entering borderland.
Now Ordinary felt sheer terror. Sweat poured off his forehead. He could hardly breathe. He could hardly think. Then, just as he came to the sign, Ordinary hit an invisible wall of fear. He stopped, unable to take one more step. He dropped his suitcase and sat on it.
Should I go back or should I go on? What should I do?
Time passed. Then he heard these words.
Why are you stopping?
Ordinary recognized the words of the dream giver.
I think I want to go back home. I'm not the right nobody to go after such a big dream.
Yes, you are. I made you to do this.
But I don't think I can do this.
Yes, you can. And I will be with you. I will help you.
Ordinary stayed where he was. He watched an unfamiliar bug crawl across the toe of his shoe. Strange birds flew by overhead. After a while, he stood and looked longingly toward the unknown. Somewhere out there was his big dream.
But going from here to there seems too hard. What about my comforts, my usual job, my best friend, my recliner, and my box? There's something so comfortable about nothing happening. I feel better. One more step won't hurt. Even better.
He went on. With every step back toward the middle of Familiar, Ordinary grew more comfortable. But he quickly noticed he was also growing sad again, and he knew why.
With each step, I'm leaving my big dream farther behind.
Why are you going back?
Because I'm afraid. Leaving my big dream feels too scary and too risky.
Yes, it does.
But if I was supposed to do this dream, then I'm sure I wouldn't feel so afraid.
Yes, you would. Every nobody does.
But you could take away the fear. Please, take the fear away. If you don't, I can't go on.
Yes, you can. Take courage, Ordinary.
Then the dream giver was gone. Ordinary saw his choice clearly now. He could either keep his comfort or his dream.
But how do you take courage when you don't have any? Fine. If fear won't leave, then I'll go forward in spite of it.
Still trembling, he picked up his suitcase, turned his back on familiar, and walked to the sign. And even though his fear kept growing, Ordinary shut his eyes and took a big step forward, right through the invisible wall of fear. And there, he made a surprising discovery. On the other side of that single step, the exact one Ordinary didn't think he could take, he found that he had broken through his comfort zone.
I made it. The wall of fear is behind me. I am free! Big dream, here I come.